Welcome to Imperfect Momming. Our children are constantly looking to us for examples. The term role model doesn't quite cut it here. We are shaping their worldview with every move we make. You see, it's not in the lectures we give or moments where we are actively attempting to teach them. It's in the micro movements we make, the unconscious ways in which we navigate life. We are constantly teaching our children how to show up for themselves, their friends, their future partners, and even their future children. So what can we do to ensure we are raising thoughtful, compassionate, self-aware human beings? We have to become them ourselves. No one is perfect, but we can still all be better, and it starts with self-healing. Let's get to it. Welcome back to Imperfect Momming, and welcome to 2024 and Happy New Year. And we are starting season 6 of Imperfect Momming podcast. So whether you've been here from the very beginning or this is your first episode, welcome and thank you for listening. And I genuinely hope that it is a help to you along your momming journey. I am your host, Alicia Lyons. I'm the mom support coach. I'm an intuitive life coach, and a lot of times I have guests on the podcast, and Melanie Soloway, the founder of Raising Enlightened Children, is a frequent guest on the podcast, and we go live in our Facebook group for a mom support call lesson. And a lot of times that is what the podcast is like today. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you are having a fabulous new year already. And if you are needing any support, reach out in the comments, send an email to Coach Alicia Lyons at gmail.com. And I look forward to hearing from you and supporting you. Enjoy the episode. Welcome to our Tuesday morning parent support call. And we are live in the Facebook group, Raising Enlightened Children. And we're going to talk about some stuff today.
Yes, we are. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. So for those of you that got the that are in our on our email system, you got the email yesterday about the preview of forthcoming attractions, as well as a recap of what we did last week. And so we are going to continue. We're going to continue the discussion today, because for those of you that are not on our email list, you definitely should be, to get our newsletters and find out what's coming up. There's a little plug right there. Was that good?
Works.
Works, right? No, but what I want to say, what it says is, what we wish you, like we hope, what was the actual subject line, Alicia? We hope you quit your goals in 2024.
Quit setting goals in 2024.
Yes.
Quit your goals. Did we say quit? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe we should have rethought that. So it's quit setting goals for 2024.
Yeah.
So we want to unpack that. Yeah, because that sounds so good that even if it isn't what it said, then we're just going to assume that's what it said. Okay, guys?
Quit setting goals.
Yes. Yeah, quit setting goals. And we want to unpack that. And what we want to do instead of setting goals, because we've really been unpacking this, and what we want to do instead of setting goals is we want to set intentions. And we want to look at what's the difference between a goal and an intention. Right. And
another thing I should have written down this morning from something I was listening to, and it was something along the lines of, like, people have, this is not the word, but it was a made up word, like goal-phobia, because we've had we've set so many goals. We set so many goals in our life. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to, go make $1 million, whatever. Like, my goal is to stop yelling at my kids. And then something happens and we don't reach that goal. And then we're like, well, I don't want to not reach the goal again, because I don't want to fail I'm using air quotes if you're not watching the video. I don't want to fail. So we get this goal phobia.
I love that. I love the word goal-phobia. I think we're going with that because it is.
Okay.
It's goal-phobia because of the evidence that we've collected from our past that doesn't feel good inside of our bodies. And so there are actually just a few things that I want to unpack from what you've already said, Alish. When you say, I want to lose 20 pounds, this is a struggle I've had, weight's been a struggle my whole life. And when I say I want to lose 20 pounds, guess what? I always refine it. I lose it. It's not that I haven't lost it. I keep losing it. And then I keep getting it back. Because when we lose something, we want to find it.
All right.
And when you said, I want to stop yelling at my children, what I'm hearing is yelling at my children. Because the word stop in our brains gets, any like negative word was going to get, and I'm using air quotes for the word negative, but it's the way our brains work. So the brain just erases the word stop and keeps hearing yelling at my kids.
And
So
you told me don't forget something. And what did I tell you the next morning when I forgot it?
exactly. You're like, you shouldn't have told me don't forget it. I'm like, you're absolutely right. And that's that's exactly what the difference is with setting intentions versus setting goals. Goals are something that happens in the future. And there's also the flip side of setting goals, which maybe we'll save or maybe we'll get into if we have time today. But oftentimes, what Alicia had spoken about in last week's podcast is when we set goals that are not in alignment with our soul's purpose, we reach those goals and then we still don't feel satisfied. And then it's set the next goal and set the next goal. It's also the relationship around the word failure, right? To fail. When we think about failure, like how does that feel in our bodies? We think about if we can reframe that, and the word fail is just to find answers in life. Like we tell our children, we learn from our mistakes. So there's a lot of the language that we're using. And in terms of setting intentions, it's about so an intention for me is looking at what is my thought, what are the words that I'm using, and then what are the actions that I'm following through with. And so if it's just an intention that I have, it's something that I can set every day. It doesn't have to be something that's going to happen, in a month from now, or in 6 months from now, or in a year from now. It's my intention. And then what words am I using and what actions am I taking to accomplish that intention? And then I also have the flexibility because maybe I intend to do something. I intend to drink 8 glasses of water a day. And then I didn't drink my 8 glasses of water a day. Okay, you know what? Now I can look at why didn't I drink the 8 glasses of water? If it's something that I said I wanted to do, it's very easy to pour 8 glasses of water a day, right? And drink them. So if I didn't do it, then I can actually start to be introspective about what was the reason why I didn't do it? Not from a judgmental place, but if this is what I said that I wanted to do, then why didn't I do it? And so intentions are planting seeds. And so for me, I'll just give an example, which is an example, when I was a teenager, literally, I must have been like 15, 16 in that range. And I read a poem on technology. And it was about a little boy who sat at a computer who became very isolated and alone. And the seed got planted that technology is bad. And you don't want to be doing what you and I are doing right now, being on FaceTime and just being at a computer because you don't have connection. And so that was the seed that was planted. And so for the next several decades, I just kept, in my mind, technology is bad. I'm bad at technology. I hate technology. I can't learn technology. All of these negative things that kept reaffirming what that seed was. So this is the good news and the bad news for parents, right? Is that we aren't the ones that are only responsible for planting those seeds. That came from a poem that I read in school, no less. What we can do is we can model when we become aware of something. And what I've done in the past year and a half, and particularly in the past few weeks and months, especially, which Alicia has been very much in the sitting up front in the car with me on this journey. Woo! I'm not sure who's in the driver's seat or who's in the passenger seat. I think we flip back and forth. Either way, we're both in the front seat. We're co-piloting and we both have the wheels on this one because I've literally been like, have had to like dig out that seed and plant a new one. And my words are,
Go ahead.
sorry, Leash, my words are now, and like, I love technology and I actually first started just saying it where I didn't actually like believe it, but now I actually believe it. And I could go on for the next hour on how much I love technology and how much it's done for me. Like, it's now an embodied feeling. It's an embodied knowing of how powerful a tool that it is. And now I'm actually taking actions to learn.
And so you read a poem about a kid who got into technology and then became isolated and alone. So you made technology bad because he felt isolated and alone. So what was it that you didn't want to feel? What was it that you were trying to avoid?
Right.
Feeling isolated and alone.
Right.
And then 2020 happens, and we were literally not allowed to see people that didn't live in our house for months at a time. And so now, because of the fear of technology, because that's how the brain works, is it makes a thing 2 steps away from it bad. So the thing you didn't want to feel was alone and isolated. So it took you away from technology. And then we became in a place where the only way we could connect with people outside of our home was technology. And so it created the problem that you were trying to avoid. Isn't it funny?
What created the problem?
The belief that technology is bad.
So the belief created the problem that I was trying to avoid.
Because until you got on Zoom and joined some programs, weren't you feeling a little isolated and alone during 2020?
Oh, thank you, my love. Sorry, I wasn't following.
Okay.
Yes. And so, yes. And then actually it was my soul that was jumping up and down for a program that I wanted to do, which is the program where I literally met you.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how you and I became connected. And so the evidence now of how powerful and loving and wonderful it actually is as a tool for connection, which it is now we're looking at in real time.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I have since had the opportunity to then meet in person. And the connection, which was so alive and real before we even ever met in person, just has gotten enhanced and enhanced and enhanced. And so it's such a powerful thing that we do with our thoughts and with our words and with our actions. And so really it's so important for us to slow down and really look at what it is we're saying, what it is we are thinking. Well, first what we're thinking, and then what we're saying, and then what we're doing as a result of that. And so for 2024 and beyond, right, as we look into our future, what are the seeds? What are the seeds that we want to plant?
Absolutely. So we're having our support call that is happening now. So if you're watching live, you can join the rest of us who are in the waiting room. And
is the link in the
link is in the chat. And so if either way, we'll be back next week. We might be changing sometimes, not sure yet, but there will be an invite in the Facebook group so that you will be aware. And
Alicia, I do want to just say before we log off, also please, if you are interested in what we're doing, we will be we will be offering more things, but one of the things that is coming up is in 2 weeks. If you want to put the date on your calendar, we're going to be doing a live workshop in Los Angeles at a school called St. Martin of Tours in Brentwood. And if you join us, we can send you the flyer, Alicia. So one of mine, sorry, so it's on, let me finish my thought. I chase butterflies. That's what I do. My brain goes like, I'm like, oh, I'm going in this direction now. Anyway, so it's at St. Martin of Tours School on Wednesday, the 17th at 9 a.m. The school is hosting it, so it is free to parents and the public if you'd like to join us for that. And we really are going to do an exercise, unpack, and look at what our limiting beliefs are. And Alicia and I are also going to be doing a virtual session for those of you that cannot attend live, talk about connecting in person and online. And my intention, I'm putting it out here, I'm actually saying the words out loud because that makes the commitment stronger. My intention is to be better on technology in 2024. And I'm taking, which I won't bore you with the details, but I'm taking very specific action steps. And Alicia is being very instrumental in helping me and me finding the support that I need to do that. What's your intention, Alicia, before we log off?
I mean,
At least for today. Doesn't have to be.
You can't put me on the spot like that. I mean, my intention is for the year, my word for the year is more connection. And so the action step that I put behind that is leaving my house more and talking to people that don't live in my house.
Love it. I love it. I love it. So we can pick up on that, and I'll tell you about what my word is next week. I know what it is, but I'm going to save it so that we can go into the Facebook, we can go into the, whatever it's called. Oh my goodness, whatever the group is for those of you that are live. Looking forward to seeing you in a minute. And for those of you that are watching, hope to see you next week and join us in the Facebook group for all the other things we're doing there.
We'll see you until we meet again. Keep healing.
Until we meet again.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for tuning in to Imperfect Momming. It's time for us to step up and realize that our power is not in trying to shape our children. Our power lies in shaping ourselves into the people we want our children to model themselves after. Don't just do it for your kids. Do it for yourself. When you become a more self-aware, compassionate, and confident person, you and everyone around you benefit. For more information about me and my work, visit alicialyons.com. That's ALYSIALYONS.com. See you next time.